4 can come in and out of the doorway units. Okay?
So 4 blocks.
Total. Yeah. Either friendly or enemy. Okay. In a given turn. For each turn, full turn, there is a blue activation and a red activation. Okay. There's 3 different phases. Now here's the thing. This is the name of the game. You can do one of those 3 things. Right. That doesn't mean that the guys aren't moving around. Doesn't mean they're not maybe taking a couple pot shots. But what you're basically doing is you're choosing to move, you're choosing to do an action, or you're choosing to take part in a prolonged firefight. Okay. So fire and movement, fire and maneuver is kind of reinforced, if not enforced, in this game. As
one of the 3.
Yeah.
In this order.
That's how we.
So if you just okay.
So you place everything. Blue would move first, whatever they wanted to move, and I'll explain movement here in a minute. You do any number of actions, and I'll go through the actions here in a minute. Let me get the actions ready for you.
It's an interesting little town. I think I'd like to live here. Except for the part of the firefights.
It's about to.
Except the firefight part.
It's about to get real, as they say.
DC these days.
All right, so
Baltimore.
Your actions are deploying smoke, directing fire as a leader. Okay. In effect, if you're directing fire, then the other units have a bonus in firefight. Okay. So that's one use of a leader. Assuming command is any other lower commander can become a higher commander, or you can repurpose. If you're down to no leaders, you can repurpose a rifle unit element. These are elements, squads, platoon, roughly, troop, squadron, and section for the British. You can mount or dismount a vehicle. You can operate a drone or a loitering munition as a leader. The leader is the only unit that can operate the drones, and that's representative that they have support. They have support with them being able. So in other words, as a leader, you're choosing whether to direct fire or pretty much utilize the drones. Okay, so that's that. You can also go into Overwatch as an action. In effect, you're saving yourself from a firefight when somebody moves into view. Basically, you're Overwatching. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can breach a wall, which would be opening up one of those into a normal aperture.
Is there something to mark those?
Yeah, somewhere in there. Where I have a bunch of blue and red markers. We can do whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
And placing a ladder. In other words, if you had to go over a wall, I don't think we have any walls on this introduction. You could in effect place a ladder to go on top of a building if you wanted to. At least anything with a 1 is a 1-story, 2-story domiciles, 3-story more of an apartment complex type thing. Anything else? These are slope roofed, so you're not going to be staying up there. You can be on these roofs. Going up and down a stairway, you have to clear it. So in effect, it's considered an obstacle. Okay, so you have to stop movement. Other things that stop movement is if you do not have a friendly in that building, then it's considered an obstacle, and you have to stop movement. Okay, basically simulating having to clear and cover each other. This is a demo game. Just enjoy it. I mean, you're gonna.
Are there tunnels? Like I see the manholes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now you want to look at your cards. Okay. This is the stuff that gets funky. You can look for any pre-battle ones. You might not want to. Here's our pre-battle one. I'm gonna do that. You can juice up if
What's
you
that?
want.
This one's a
Here's another one for you. Okay. No, I wouldn't let him see that. Okay. Here is another one that's fun.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Hold up one or two of those over here to the camera. No, just hold them.
These These are my really cheap cards, everybody.
Yeah. Well, we can
Hey,
read those.
Kinkos.
There we go. Okay.
Kinkos.
Yeah. All right. This is my
This is what makes it
we're
fun.
good.
Want another
This
one?
is what
Yeah. Let's do one more.
Do firefight.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. There we go. All right. Cool. Thank you. Just so folks can kind of see what there is.
There
I
are.
mean, this isn't like high production value because there's a giant light glare right in the middle of the plexi coming up. Not for you, but from this camera angle, there is.
Yeah,
It's a giant white void in the middle.
that's just me.
Yeah. It's the divine light of Kevin shining on the map there. So.
Where'd you get that?
The China King place over in Crossroads. There's extras if you can scrounge up a bowl to put it in. I had no idea it was going to be enough to feed 4.
Oh my god.
I actually might take you on later. Let's get a few turns in.
And then take a food break?
Yeah, something like that. You want?
That sounds like a plan.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Get a few in, maybe grab a couple beers, come back, finish out a few.
I was going to ask about that. Do they have beers in here?
Okay, so you're okay.
Can't have it in the store.
So
Not licensed.
the UK
'Cause then it
units
would
are
be a bar.
playing ISR coverage pre-battle, half the initial number of dummies in your opponent's supply. Yeah. That's significant.
Yeah, who could have seen the Intel guy playing the ISR card?
Yeah, 12 dummies at the store. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I was going to say at the beginning, I didn't
very-
think we had
it's very
the force
shaky
ratio
intel.
for this, so.
Yeah, I'm the only dummy on this side, so.
It's a very shaky intel. All right, so that's expended. If you want to go look at some of the other cards, you can.
No, okay.
Mix them in. Maybe keep that in there.
Cards are the name
Any
of the game.
pre-battle ones you're going to do. I mean, you could hold off, but I don't know why you would.
Right. So.
Although, we're not going to, okay. There are expendables, but I'm not going to do it for this. There's water, ammunition, HE, so there's small arms ammunition, there's HE ammo, there's, it's very littorally.
Farron is
It's very littorally,
I like that.
I guess is the way I would describe it.
Let's see if I can put on the thinking cap for that.
Let me see if I have that just for example. Yeah, that's the way some of the
force.
So what?
I'm just thinking about us, not for red team.
So again, if we flub up entirely and you want to just hit the restart, we can, or switch sides or whatever. I just want to just enjoy it.
I'll go with probably
This one, this is for rally rolls.
Yeah.
Now, water consumption doubles. So in effect, it says pre-battle, but I probably would if I was doing consumables, I'd let you do it later.
You want
Take
to
your
split the
stims.
force? You
Okay.
get half and I
Here,
get half?
we can go ahead and show it. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I might hide that one.
Yeah.
Here,
A couple of these.
you hear over the intel channels that your enemy is on some uppers. Okay. You hear on the street corners that there's some liquid.
Someone's cornering the marks.
Right. Probably didn't need to tell them that, but whatever. All right. So you've done that. They've done some pre-battle. All right. So you might want to mix up how you do it.
By the way, you said vehicles.
I'll kind of. There's not too many. You just play it yourself. I'll just help you look up. I'll be looking up rules left and right. Okay.
Well, I got it.
Yeah. That's your intel. That's your.
It's my intel.
Okay, so you can look at your special.
Yeah,
you
we
can
did.
kind of order. There's a chance they'll show up each turn, and you can kind of order it based on your priorities, how you want to do it. Okay. Here you go.
So our objective is to get that intel, and his objective
You want
is
to
to protect it.
you want to case back what's left of that HVT.
Yes.
Okay. Or alive.
It's Ian's
And there-
next article for the website.
And there are civilians, by the way.
Got to steal it.
So, another aspect of this game is that there are civilians involved. So anytime you enter a building, there's a certain ratio chance that there will be a civilian element that shows up. Okay. Now, the name of the game obviously is not to they should not perish, right? And if they do get hurt, to at least case back them in some way.
But if we play the Russians over here, we don't care about that, right? Putin doesn't care about civilian casualties. We'll let Ian
He doesn't
worry
care about
that.
military casualties. I mean, let's be honest about this, right?
Yeah. When did the Wagner guys get here?
There are casualties.
All right.
They send them someplace
yes,
might be
just-
able to handle the bad guys.
Okay, so just generally speaking, we kind of just in case this helps, kind of as you set up. There is an aperture line of sight when you're in the building. Right? When you're outside, you do it from the center to center. Okay, so I wish I brought a little bit more of a pointer. Nobody has any pointers or anything.
I have one, but it's not with
Okay,
me.
yeah. So again, you just go center to center. And if something blocks it, these are all walls, of course. If something blocks it, it's blocked. Line of sight. If it's spotted and you have line of sight, you can hit it. Okay. The ranges here are not extremely long.
I have one of these.
Yeah,
That work?
Yeah, don't worry.
There you go.
It's a laser.
We can designate
With a
targets.
Different weapons. at
Just press that
different
button
rank.
down.
There's
I thought it might
factors
be.
on it.
I'm sorry.
Factors.
What's the difference between a medium machine gun and a rifle?
It's the combat rating, the small arms rating.
Good.
That basically just adds to your damage modifier. The two hit is roughly the same. Medium starter.
Yeah, mediums, lights.
They actually have
Suppression negatives or something.
suppression is definitely a thing, and then when you recover suppression, and there's a stage on here that'll tell you to recover it, you actually become disordered, and then you roll your initiative or lower, which I need to figure out. I need to figure out what we have. 5 or less, I think. We'll just do that for both sides. 5 or less to then be able to do anything.
So it's on the firefight stage. So let's pretend that I shot at you, right?
Right.
And you were suppressed. When it's now your turn, do you have to choose firefight to remove the suppression on that unit?
No, I think it's just at the end of it. It's just at the end of it. It's just at the end of that phase. All suppression gets removed. And then you're disrupted, and then you roll to see if you're out of disruption.
Okay.
And then you're only, and of course, you're only suppressed if you're hit.
Yeah. I guess
Now,
I'm probably misinterpreting it, but
that's just the
each side
sequencing.
is but each side is 3 options. So are you saying that you go through each of these mandatory, but units can only conduct one of these?
Each unit can only conduct one of those phases. So we start the phase. Anything that wants to do that does it. I don't have a lot of markers to mark all this
No,
stuff.
I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
so
Yeah,
if we can just be honest on it.
Yeah.
The markers do exist. I just don't print them out, of course.
Do we need a specific unit to be able to breach a wall?
I think technically it was, but I would.
Can we just say if there's a leader there that can do it?
I think so. How about we say if you get a leader adjacent to a unit, then they can.
Yeah.
Yet another reason to keep a leader nearby. Okay.
And are we just assuming we have ladders as well? I'm not trying to be
No,
that guy,
yeah.
just- So I know what I can do.
Maybe one per squad, roughly. You know.
Yeah.
And
I'm just trying to see how
maybe
much I can get
designate.
away with.
No, that's fine. Honestly, we probably should connect that to the leader as well, even though, and obviously he's not carrying all this crap. But it's his,
Yeah, no, I
it's
get
up-
what you're saying. It's like a command move.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's keep it simple. If a leader is adjacent, then you can do any of those
Any
items.
spicy stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And they just need to be adjacent.
I mean, you need a 10-foot ladder to get up to the second story. Who's the poor sap stuck schlepping around a 10-foot ladder? You know,
Yeah, most of these.
that's strong enough to carry you and your combat load up that ladder.
Go.
One thing, there was a couple other things with machine gun.
I see smoke in here. How do we do smoke?
It's an action, and as long as pretty much any rifle unit.
Aaron, there are E4s in this game. There will be a smoke break. You know this.
Yes, of course. There will be a smoke break.
1 second, trying to get the beats.
That's your smoke.
Oh, yeah, there we go. It's just, I was wondering if you had to have a card for that.
Okay. For a light machine gun element, there is a beaten zone of 3 spaces beyond. Okay? For medium machine gun, there is a beaten zone of 4 spaces. So, if for some reason you're here, fire from here, anything within will actually be targeted. That there's, in other words, there's 2 hit points, but not small arms. So just the rifles or rifle UGL, they don't have a beaten zone. If we get into some of the toys that show up, there is a concussive effect of hold on a second. Be careful firing things, okay, on a street with
Like
anything nearby.
overpressure and all that.
Okay, yes, there is a
Firing things out of buildings. Backblast area not clear.
yeah, there's a concussion area too. Give me 1 second, I gotta find that. That's the only thing about this, just trying to find everything.
You know, Take That Hill had like 3 mechanics and 6
Yeah, I know.
rules. This is clearly several orders of magnitude above that.
Yeah, it's actually easy to play. It's very easy. To play.
So far, it's not that different from
No.
that boots on the ground.
Then what?
Boots on the ground?
Yeah.
How is that?
Boots on the Ground for me hasn't even made it to the shelf of shame yet. It's on the chair of not quite shameful yet. So that's the loading zone for the shelf of shame.
The floor was getting out of control, so I had to put it to the shelf.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, I mean, the office / game room is a bit of a wreck from where I was pulling all the stuff out that was going with me to Noble Knight. And then the next priority was stacking up all the stuff I was bringing to you guys for the writing stuff. So now that all that crap's out of the way, I've got room to actually get to my shelves and put things away.
What are you guys working on? Anything?
Well, we've got, trying to think now, God, my brain's, right now I'm working on my daughter's wedding. It's in 2 weeks from today. And my wife's like, well, you're going where? For how long? I was just talking to her. She just got home to Delaware, and we were in D.C. working on wedding stuff. The wedding's up in Frederick, Maryland, so.
Yep, I've been near there.
And in a distillery that
Should I
has
stop the
nothing
recording?
you need. What? That has nothing you need for a wedding. Just edit that part out.
Okay.
We'll send that one.
So,
I'll deny it's not my voice.
so just quickly, any MVP, main battle tank doing any firing of large caliber, there is a overpressure zone, which is a casualty zone, two grid in front. Okay. So anybody here is a minor casualty immediately if a tank is here and fires. Okay. In front. There is also a suppression zone, which is it's the pressurization of the main battle tank weapon firing.
Whatever you say,
Okay.
I'll believe it.
Okay, yeah. There's also main gun dust that happens. Okay. We are in blue phase movement.
I'm waiting for the cold weather rule of the infantry cowering behind the tank to warm up with the exhaust.
Yeah. All right. So this is pretty simple. You basically can go 1, 2, or 3. Okay. If you stay in open terrain, which that's open, that's open, that's open. This is not. This has obstacles. Right? Trying to think of anything else. You can go up to 3. So if somebody here wanted to go 1, 2, 3, they could. If you come up to anything that's considered an obstacle, you stop. So if, for example, that was a tree, right, you would go 1, 2, and you would stop. Okay. If you cannot.
How about entering a building?
I'm
I just
sorry.
can't go 1, 2, 3 right through the building, right? I have to.
Stop to.
You have to stop.
Yeah,
you have to stop
to
because
clear
it's
it, yeah.
considered an obstacle.
Yeah. But I can do it through the parking lot.
Yeah, that's more for line of sight. It's you have to kind of, you can go like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But, or you can go 1, 2, but you'd have to stop at that point.
Okay, so the parking lot's considered
Yeah,
an obstacle.
yeah.
Which parking lot is the Tesla charging station that can hit to blow up?
Yeah.
You just overcharge it, or you
Yeah, there's no
It's got a
exploding
dump a
pagers
5-gallon jug
card,
of water
okay?
on it.
Operation.
okay. So
Yeah.
This is the door what?
yeah, so 1, you're fine. So yeah, I think you're fine.
Is there a penalty for staying in open terrain or not?
You can be spotted easier.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody has line of sight.
I don't get like a debuff or something.
So do we move? Blue moves all their stuff first.
Anything you want to move, but just realize you can't do anything else.
Now, what if I want to move this guy, but I need a ladder to do so?
You'd have to do an actionable ladder.
Okay, so in the action phase, I can do the ladder and move him.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. I'm satisfied with that.
Any other moves?
Any moves?
So enter the building through the window.
Oh yeah, you can only do 2.
2.
I can only move 2. Oh, that's right. Yes, that's
So
right.
if you want to split that.
Gotcha.
Okay. So at this point, you do actions, which is, let me get that list just in case you want to read it out to you. Smoke, you can direct fire, start a fire in a building if you wanted, mount or dismount a vehicle, operate a drone if you're a leader, go into Overwatch.
Okay, so how do you determine line of sight? So if I wanted to go 1, 2, 3, could I have done that? Oh, it's 2 to get in. That's right. Or is it? I could have
Yeah,
gone 1,
yeah,
2,
it
3.
eats it. It makes you stop.
But I'm saying I could have gone 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Can I be shot at from there?
No. Because that's a bad.
I'm just saying in the open area, does it line of sight bisect this or?
Don't.
Oh yeah.
Except from here. To
Everything.
Everything-
There's no corner shots.
I don't think there are.
Oh, okay. So I'll go there.
Well, let's see. I mean, if somebody wanted to.
Right.
I'm gonna move him on this one. And then to the actions.
Now actions.
Yeah, now actions. Can I do 2 with the leader, or is there just 1?
Okay, you can pick some.
Okay.
That's the quandary.
I'll get the ladder for marksman, and he'll go up to the roof.
Okay.
So, from the rooftop, does he have line of sight to spot? at
I do.
least?
The way I do it kind of like you have to get here, so you'd have to go at least 1.
So these are stairs or slopes?
Those are stairs and some turn to get up to the second floor of the.
So there's no limit to what we can move in our first turn. It's just a matter of.
Yeah, but at this point you can't.
Okay.
But if you want to redo it, you can.
No, I didn't know if like we moved like 2 units and then
No,
their
no,
turn.
there's no limit.
Yeah, it's anything all at the same time, and then it makes you plan it out. That way, when you go to the next phase, you can't move anything else. I don't think there's a limit to it.
I mean, you can move some, none, or all.
Yeah.
But then when you get to actions, anything
Yeah,
that
you can
moved,
firefight.
anything that moved, you can't do.
You know, you
A
can't
firefight.
commit to it. Commit to an extended firefight.
So anything, some, none, or all can move. Anybody who didn't
Anybody who didn't move could
could
do
do
an action.
actions. Anybody who doesn't move and
Right.
doesn't do actions can
Right.
do firefight.
Right.
Okay, because I wanted to move these guys. I'm just gonna move them into the building.
It actually reinforces it pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Now that I
it's
understand, so all
compact.
movement's done, so now we can go to the action.
Yeah. If anybody wants to correct themselves, freebie.
Well, I did my actions,
Okay.
and I think that's it. He's moved all his stuff. I've moved
Yeah.
all my stuff. So.
I didn't move these yet.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna,
Yeah, I think we're good.
Alright, so you're done with that. Now you're on firefight. Do you have any lines? I don't think you do. If you
to do that, do you have to play a firefight card?
you just have to you just have to not have done anything else. And
Oh, okay.
And then just say
Gotcha.
start.
When you shoot, do you reveal yourself?
Yes.
Red team.
Only revealed opposing elements can be targeted.
Yeah, I mean,
Line of
that's
sight.
like the thing with Littoral Commander, you have to spot it before you can shoot it. So that's where you deploy your drones and all the other stuff.
Okay, hold on. I just wanted to verify that the firing does.
I have to say, I like the new Baltic Commander maps better, because they're not colored like a birthday cake.
Yeah.
I get where they came from for the
Oh,
colors because of the
yeah.
color blind and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't bother me.
Well, I was just curious, I sent a message to Sebastian to ask him, I said, are you gonna retrofit what you're doing in the Baltic, like for a future? Cause like they're doing a third printing on Littoral
Yeah,
Commander now,
reveal.
are they gonna go back and redo the maps, or probably not?
Reveal all firing units, yes. So I just wanted to make sure that was right. So when you do, if we happen to do one, you declare everything that's firing, you do it one target at a time. You declare everybody that's firing on that. But you resolve it one at a time with the highest combat value element, right? You can try to fire on something that is not revealed yet, and it causes a spotting check, and it reveals you as well.
Okay.
So if you fail, then you've revealed yourself in that process of trying to cat and mouse the person.
How do we order up our special things, our toys?
We're on turn one at the end of this, like start of the next turn. I'll roll to see if the next thing shows up.
Okay, and do these numbers on here have anything to do with that?
Not with that, no.
Okay.
These are scenario rolls, by the way. Okay, so as far as that though, the yellow marker is small arms. Any red is high explosive. Black is anti-armor. Sometimes it's the same number. Sometimes it's a different number. Okay.
So what is
So now we're right here.
what is a friendly structure?
One that you have a unit in.
One that you have. Okay.
He's trying to get creative.
What's that?
He's trying to get creative. We have the population.
No, meaning that you have to stop there. You know,
Yeah.
meaning you can't just go in there and flat.
Oh, I thought he had like a special card.
Oh, possibly. Why? Here.
So he hit a suicide bomb in this
That's pretty bad when the GM says, "Oh wow, that's
Don't worry about it. Just nothing to see here. Move
nothing
on.
to see here." Ooh, hold on. I had to roll. I made a mistake. I had to roll. To see if it's
Yeah. Not anymore.
complexity. Yeah.
All these places that you
Yep.
Is it booby trap?
Civilian shows up here. Do we have any here?
Let's see, I haven't seen any civilian ones yet.
Let me do it as. Let me just do it upside down.
Greenstone.
I do not.
Use one of those counters, but face down.
Which ones?
The blocks, the dummies that we got.
Oh.
put it face down.
You know, I'll just use that.
Okay.
They're white counters. I don't play